Well, I'm making a right hash of this already. Well, hello and welcome back to another very quiet FoxyNoTail live stream. I have made a boo-boo. I have broken PuppyCam. PuppyCam is... I fiddled with it basically, and now it won't come on. It's my old phone, and it connects via USB. It's always worked absolutely fine, but I decided that I was sick of it always asking me, was it allowed to connect to my computer? So I looked on Google how to fix it, and now it's broken. I broke it, mate. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. Now I have different headphones in today. Yesterday I had my big old noise cancelling headphones in. Today I've got my loose in-ear headphones in, so I shouldn't be talking too loud and therefore waking Oliver up. He has gone to bed early tonight. He was still wide awake at the end of last night's live stream, which was 9 PM. Bearing in mind his bedtime's usually around about 7 o'clock. I generally put him to bed a little bit earlier when I'm live streaming in hopes that he'll be asleep by the time I start. Otherwise he gets a little bit excited and wants to come down and play, and of course he can't. So yes, we try and be a little bit quieter. So I'm sorry about PuppyCam. I will try and have it fixed by by the next live stream. I can put it back how it was, but it's just really frustrating. It should be better now, and it don't work. In terms of what we're doing in today's live stream, we are going to pretty much carry on what we did in yesterday's live stream, because we was on the mission to get mini andesites, and we didn't get mini andesites. We still don't have even a shulker box worth of andesites, and I would like mini andesites, please. So that's what we're going to be doing. Thomas to Space is here saying, "Hey Foxy, thank you for bringing a lot of wonderful people over to me yesterday." You're very welcome, Thomas to Space. That's what nice FoxyNoTails do, you see. I'm a nice FoxyNoTail. That's just the type of person I am. Just generous on the inside and on the outside. How does that even work? I have no idea. Just saying words. Makes me sound good, doesn't it? No, makes you sound like a weirdo. No. Fair dues. How old is the dog, says Jasnat. It is. It is. She's got a name, you know. Jeez. She is 8 months old. There you go. It's the newest UHC thing, different from the other one that released a bit months ago. Yes, it is. Although apparently there are some issues with it still. Although I think the issues mainly come down to lag and device connection and stuff like that. It shouldn't not work, but yeah. So it needs looking at again. I need to have a look at it, but I haven't had time. So yeah, there will be a new version very soon, I imagine. But it should work okay. But it don't. But it should. It's alright saying it should if it don't. Well, it should. Right, we're going to plonk some chests down here, so we can fill them up with all the goodnesses of all of the many things that we're going to be mining. Don't like having that single chest there, but it's fine. Well, you'd rather have one that's in a couple, would you? What's wrong with single chests? No, I don't mean it like that. Got to be dating to be like car insurance you are. Wow. Okay, we have many boxes to collect mini items. That staircase was so jank, says the beard boss. Hey, I've spent ages working on that. I'm really sorry. Tried to get it to look natural and cavey. Don't you think I've done a very good job? Oh, jeez. Let's have a look at it again. I spent ages mulling over that, putting the right things in the right places. I thought it looked like a really natural cave staircase. Like, oh look, it's a natural cave staircase. You've really hurt my feelings now. I can't believe that. Wow, I just started this live stream. I just feel like turning it off now. It's really mean. It's really mean. Sad fox noises. So is it normal for Foxy to talk to himself, says Jasnat. If you stick around and watch, then you might find out. Want me to ban him, says Pickles. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's alright. Not everybody appreciates my my natural cave designs and styles that I go for. I put a lot of time and effort and work into, you know. It's fine. Not everybody has to like it. Hey up, Foxy, you're on the big telly today. This is JCB. I'm on big telly. Oh, no way. I'm famous. Can't believe it. Thanks, JCB. Thanks for putting me on the big screen. I feel honoured. I've been elevated. I bet you like my natural looking cave stairs, don't you, JCB? You understand what the time and effort gone into making them stairs looking perfectly natural and cavey. Actually, FoxyNoTail looks amazing, Foxy. Don't worry, says Fishy Andy Pie. You know I'm joking, right? Please, please know that I'm joking. I just sort of bungled my way down here with haste 2 yesterday. I'm not making an area that's fit for a king. I'm just digging a mine, mate. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Not winning any awards for the staircase coming down to this mine. You should have a word with yourself, FoxyNoTail. You're clearly letting yourself down with your lack of ambitious looking stairs coming into your mine area. Be alright, mate. I mean, we could do that instead if you want, if you'd rather. But if rather than just watching me mining and talking for a while, we could just go and, work on the stairs down to my mine. That's perfectly fine. And if you want, I can try and make it rhyme. Oh, look at the time. It's nearly 9. No, it isn't. It's 7. That's all right then. That's fine. Jeez, the beard boss said I didn't like it. More joke the better. It's a joke. It was just a joke. The beard boss. I'm kidding. I found it funny that you had a comment on those stairs, and I thought I'd take it in a comedic and silly, sarcastic direction. I'm sorry if it's caused a problem. We all having a good evening, says Pendant Spore. No, I'm afraid the beard boss has made me very sad already. Mike says, when the season download happens, we'll have a mine staircase repair competition. Look at the state of Foxy's mine. He ain't winning the best staircase down to the mine award this year. No, mate. I'll never win it. I'll never once. Maybe we should make more of an effort. Then I could win it. Is it a realm, says Squagsy? No. It's a server, mate. Best stairs is Broken Halo. That's it now. You've got me all geared up and keen to make some exciting looking stairs coming down to the mine. The problem is it's a temporary mine. Once the area's like too far away from the beacon to reach, we'll be moving on. It's not like this is going to be. I suppose we could make the mine more interesting. We could make an underground area, but I don't know if you've noticed, peeps. I don't know if you've noticed at all, but this season I haven't done any underground stuff. On all of my other Minecraft Bedrock Edition and Java Edition things in the whole world, every time I've ever done it, I always end up digging and making underground things. And this series, I haven't. Everything I've done has been in the overworld above ground. I've done obviously Nether's tunnel stuff, which technically I guess you could say is below ground, but you know what I mean. So I'm making a conscious effort to just leave under the ground, just scruffy and messy. I'm not too fussed about it, and just make the above ground look beautiful for once. And normally when people fly by my base, you get a couple of like rubbish looking buildings. Oh, is that all he's done? And then you go underground and there's like an infinite labyrinth of concretey, badly made caves that don't quite fit the rooms. Whereas this series, I thought I'd do something a bit different, Mr. Commenter, be quiet and let Foxy be Foxy, says Viziani Boy. He can't do it. He's got to stick his oar in. That's what commenters do. Mike on Switch says, super advanced lab base under the old style castle. Gonna have dungeons under that castle. Well, that's the plan anyway. Although I don't know if we'll have time now, considering we're restarting in March, aren't we? So we'll see. We'll see. Carol says, why don't you use a fortune pick, then combine the cobble with diorite? You need stone as well as andesite. Don't be ridiculous. Carol, I'm not crafting it. What a waste of cobble. I actually, I'm going to need a lot of cobblestone as well, and I've hardly got any. So I see what you're saying, actually. Might not be a bad idea to switch out for a fortune pickaxe, just so we can get some cobble. I wouldn't feel like wasting it on my jablins, you know what I mean? Right, I'm not collecting any more stone there. We got a lot of stone in the last one, so the stone's going to live down here for a while. We'll take up the other stuff. Keep the ores together, like that. And we'll put the andesite together, like that. We'll put the other junk together, like that. I don't think we need dirt. Don't need to collect dirt. Dirt can live down here. Dirt can live down here, mate. Let's grab the old fortune pickaxe out then. Let's do it. Don't listen to him, he's just trolling about restarting, says JCB. What? Ow. Dude, I'm live streaming. Like, I'm right in the middle of it. You're really interrupting right now? It's just not... Jeez, some people just don't get it, do they? It's like, give me attention, look at me. Jeez, dude. Jeez. Know what we need? You know what we need, peeps? We need one of them gosh darn totems. Again, I left them upstairs. GamerChap67 says, are you restarting TB? Well, not this second. Not right now. Maribel J says, what about your one-shot period you and Slack made? Wasn't that underground? Well, yes, it was, but that was like a day one type thing. Sure, it was easier to do underground than it was overground. Carol says, why don't you use a fortune pick? Then come. I've already responded to that one, Carol. Jeez. Jesse B with a wave. Hello, Jesse. Beard Boss says, Foxy has made the castle. I haven't caught any episode streams in a while. I haven't made any episodes in a while. Planning on having one. Well, I was planning on having one for tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to have time to record it with Oliver being here. So it's probably going to be Friday's episode now, which means there's a big hole in my schedule this week. There is no episode for tomorrow currently, which is sad news. However, every other day and every day at the weekends, I have Stardew Valley episodes going out, so you're welcome. You can fill yourself up with those. I've got them all edited and uploaded now. All 8 episodes that are currently recorded are fully edited. Thumbnails done, all uploaded, waiting to go in the schedule, so you'll have one every other day and every day at the weekend. That means Saturday and Sunday? Yes, that's right. Pickle says, I thought Season 3 started April the 1st. No, we're not doing April Fools with it again. We're doing it March. Early April Fools. What was I coming up here for? Oh yes, the totem. Many totems. Mini ones? No, many. You should stop mumbling and speak more clearly. You should shut your face, mate. Have you considered that? Yep, all the same world. Moon proof of that, says Jesse B. What? TB doesn't restart, just move to a new part of the world. Oh, I see. Thanks, Mike. Then your couple farm might live up to the rarest farm standards, says Asman. What? I'm very confused. Anywhere it wants, says Carol. I know, I just read it twice. I had my chat paused because I scrolled up. Bisbee says, my son is sat next to me singing Mr. Onion. Good. Excellent. Owen Lofty there, redeem the Simon hat. There you go. Simon hat is redeemed. You're welcome. Let's take my little helmet off so you can see my Simon hat on my head. There you go. Why is he saying Simon hat? Don't worry about it, mate. You got to be. It's an in-joke, mate. You got to be in the clique to understand it. Jazz says, question: how to change it into custom thumbnail on YouTube? I'm not telling you, Jazz. What do you mean on YouTube? What? What do you on about? Jazz looking for all the tips. I'm just not giving you them, Jazz. You're always asking for tips. You can't have all of them. You can have some. You just can't just keep asking more and more tip questions. I'm sick of answering tips. Look at me with my jank stairs, mate. Got more jank stairs. Yeah, baby. Janky stairs. That's what I like. Commentator is pretty snarky today, says Pickles. He's always snarky. He's always snarky, mate. Daft as it sounds, I'm actually finding it really hard to speak softly and quietly. It's actually, it's not comfortable at all. Oh. I thought we'd fall into me mine. Clearly not. Looks like we're going to have to do some digging. Should be over in this direction. Oh, andesite. This is a fortunate place to be digging. Excellent. Yes, good. I'm glad andesite doesn't turn into like cobbly andesite. This is good news. Although no doubt there will be a rather large lava pit underneath it. It is normally the way. FoxyNoTail digging. Oh, lava. Here you go, mate. No, I didn't want to. Ah. You're welcome. Right. Mini smashing. Mini smashing? No, many. Oh, jeez. Don't listen to me. You mumble. You mumble. Mumble jumble. I've seen him on the telly. And we go. We have now got new way in. Is it Foxy ASMR today, or is this Sleeping Child? Sleeping Child, Jesse. JC. Whichever one you are. One of the aces. Sleeping Child. I've got to be very quiet, you see. Last night he was up the whole live stream and I felt incredibly guilty that I'd kept him awake all night. I'm trying very hard not to today. I will fail miserably. This is always the way. Child knows. Child has sensor built in. Dad's live streaming. Must wake up. Bing, 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 bing. Live sensor, live stream detector enabled. Bing, 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 bing. Foxy is sounding much happier than yesterday. Nice, Foxy with a smile. I don't feel like I'm any happier today. I'm not. I wasn't not happy yesterday. A Dark Shadow says you need to make a video on how to make custom skins and get them into the game. I think you need to understand what the definition of need is. I don't actually need to do that, believe it or not. But if you'd like me to do that, I'm more than happy to take a recommendation. It might be a good idea to make that video. It might be a good one. Or maybe you're from the future and you know that that is something I need to do in order to forward my career. Maybe I do need to do it. Maybe I'm wrong after all. Sick of answering tips, says Maribel J. Glad my name isn't Tips. No, you're all right, Maribel. You can ask many questions because your name's not Tips. Pendant says, oh, I've read that one. Gamer Chat says, I'm building a nether tunnel in the Soul Sand Valley and I keep getting shot at by gas and skeletons. It's so annoying. Yes, the nether, not a nice place to be. And have you heard the news, peeps? One of the Minecraft developers has put out a tweet today. Put out a tweet saying, now this is subject to change, bear in mind, they are experimenting. Basically what they've decided is that now that they've made the caves in the underground absolutely humongous, there's too much surface ore, which means it's too easy to get diamonds, right? So what they're saying is they've imbalanced. There's normally a nice balance in Minecraft between going caving to find diamonds and going strip mining to find diamonds. They like the current balance. They think it's a good balance and it promotes different types of gameplay in order to get diamonds. Okay, fair enough. And not just diamonds, other ores as well. So they've made it too easy to get diamonds, basically. So what they've done, to address this imbalance is they've gone, hey, you know what people love, right? People love swimming in Minecraft. Hands up in the chat if you love swimming and working underwater in Minecraft. Hands up in the chat if you've just had an incredibly amazing time swimming and working underwater in Minecraft, because good news for you guys. I hate it, by the way. I think it's the most miserable and disappointing thing in the whole game. But good news, what they're going to do, or what they're currently experimenting with doing, is hiding all of the good stuff in massive underwater caves at the bottom of the world. So you have to swim and mine it underwater in order to get your diamonds. Hands up in the chat if you think that's a good idea. Yes? Oh, what a wonderful idea. I get to swim and mine underwater, which means my mining's going to be slow and I'm going to be bobbing up and down as I accidentally shift myself and go into run mode and then get glitched inside of... Oh, yes, please. Yes, please, developers. You know exactly what the people want in the game. Yes, this is what we've all been waiting for. Oh, and by the way, can you fill the caverns full of phantoms as well and other things that will just one-hit killers and like become a complete nuisance, just to make it really, really horrendous experience? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, made. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not overly excited about this idea. I think it's a bad idea, and I'm hoping the experiment fails miserably. You may have seen my tweets. Where's the ban? Where's the tweet? Gross. Yeah, if you check my my tweets and replies, Jesse, you'll see it. I did a Simon Cowell, that's a no from me GIF tweet, and I also replied to it as well. Basically, no, don't do it. Phantoms in the caves, is Mr. Jones. No, that's me being sarcastic. That's me saying like this. The whole idea of having to swim and mine underwater to get diamonds is the equivalent of having phantoms in the game. No one actually likes it. It's a bad idea. Please remove it. Actually, I quite like that. Shut up. Okay. If you like phantoms, you're not allowed an opinion. There's clearly something wrong with you. Ooh. Oof. I thought we were open in this community and then allowed everybody to have their unique and individual opinion without being judged. Yes, they're allowed that, except about phantoms, okay? I'm kidding, it's a joke. If you like phantoms, that's absolutely fine. I don't. I strongly dislike phantoms. Many dislike. They're just annoying, aren't they? They're just annoying. Okay, I go now, says Super Joe Lamb. Anku said, wow, mood changed quick, yes. Talking about me being happy today and now it's turned. Not good at all, mate. Not good at all. many dislike also, says Mr. Jones, yes. Good. You don't get the stamp of not being allowed to talk anymore in my chats or Discord. You're free to discuss as a regular human being. You're not getting thrown on this one's broken pile. He likes phantoms, he's broken. Put him in the corner with the other ones. There's only one in there. Yep, because it's not very common. Thomas Spaces, I don't like the idea of having to swim, but I do think that in the snapshots there was too much ore visible in caves. You could easily get 20 plus diamond ore in a single large cave. So the change of having ore less likely to show up when exposed. Yes, I agree with you there. The balance was off. The answer is not putting them underwater. That is my argument. Is like, yes, it's nice that you've addressed that there's an imbalance. This is good that you want to fix it, but don't put them underwater. Hide them behind rocks so people have to dig a little bit, or add something else into it, like, I don't know, more loot chests or something with them instead that you've got to do challenges to find, or just make it so it's easy enough to get. No one wants finding diamonds to be a challenge. You just want to dig in a straight line, bump into diamonds and go, hey look, I found diamonds. No one wants to have to, like, someone replied to my comment going, hey, but that's like gives more relevance to what they called conduits and water breathing potions. And I'm thinking, well, you know, conduit's got a reasonable area around it, but diamonds are still not going to be like much more common than a couple of chunks or a couple of blocks of it per chunk. So you're going to seriously be dragging around a load of prismarine and a load of conduits with you, like plonking them all over the place, or just keep picking the one up you move, get the 10 pieces of diamond that you find, go back and get it again and move it around again. It's not going to happen, is it? I mean, water breathing potions is fine, but then you can't see anything and you still can't mine properly underwater. And you still have the horrible thing of hopping in and out of swim mode because the swim mode's just totally broken. Does anyone else have that problem, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just rubbish. But when I'm underwater doing anything, I'm constantly bobbing up and down because the game's trying to put me in swim mode, taking out of me in swim mode. I can't, and then I like end up half inside a block. It's rubbish. Asman says, I like mining how it is now. I don't need a cave update. Sounds like mining will become increasingly hard. Thomas Assay says, but the tweet doesn't say they are putting them underwater. They're just not removing them underwater. So more diamonds exposed. Oh, that's not how I read it. I read it as though they're going to make them exposed underwater, but not in the caves, which to promote you. Oh, I guess that gives you an option then. But hey, my point still stands though. If that's the way they want you to find diamonds. The thing is, Thomas to Space, right? Think about it like this. The Minecraft community is on the majority geared towards being the most efficient, right? And if a popular YouTuber puts out a video saying that the most efficient way to get diamonds is to get them underwater by mining underwater, then that's what everybody's going to want to do. And if you don't do that, particularly if you're a content creator and you're not doing that in your videos, you're just going to get people moaning at you for doing it wrong. So what I'm hoping is that it doesn't become the most popular or most efficient way to get diamonds by going doing underwater caving, because for me that would personally be, problematic. So I guess that's where I'm coming from on this. Jesse B says, yeah, that's how I read it as well. What, you read it the same as Thomas to Space, or you read it the way that, like, my instant dislike and disdain for it? Did you read it as bad mood FoxyNoTail, or like positive attitude Thomas to Space? I can't swim to save my life, says Marble Jade. No, I also struggle with swim mode, says Mr. Goose. Well, there you go. If a goose is struggling with swim mode, then all of us are struggling with swim mode. Super Joel Lamb says, can you use dyes on mobs' heads when someone is sitting on them? I guess so, but you're more likely to hit the person that's sitting on its hitbox. I don't know how easy it would be to hit the mob head's hitbox while someone's sat on it. I don't know. You could try it. I made a strongly worded tweet, says Jesse P. You haven't sworn, have you, Jesse? Have you done swearing on Twitter? No, I read it the same as you. Okay. Michael Switch says, there's really two communities, right? The one that's here just doing everything thing, and the other that just plays and doesn't do hardly anything in the game at all. You're absolutely right there, Mike. Foxy, you're mining wrong. I probably am. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been doing this sort of stuff a long time, and I'm just used to getting those sorts of like comments and tweets and replies. Maybe I just notice it more than other people. Wow. We did Teddy Legend Gaming there, subscribing for 11 months, saying nearly a year already. Amazing, thank you Teddy Legend. Speaking of underwater caves, this not fun, mate. Nobody likes it. Go away. Shoo, be gone. Not an underwater cave. Just a very inconvenient water source. I beg to differ. I think it was an underwater cave. Now look, all my lava's turned to mush. No swears, but I did say they are pants. Jersey B. Like the worst thing, you go in when you're like then. Well, though that wasn't too bad. But when you're mining in the world, or you're traversing under the world, maybe you found an area underneath your base that you want to expand into, and all of a sudden you're inside a water cave and you're just like, oh, for goodness sake, why? This adds literally nothing to the game other than inconvenience. All of a sudden you're like, oh, I've either got to like fill this area in and then mine it out to get rid of the water, or get my sponges out, or work around it, or go find a new area. No one ever has that situation and goes, ooh, a water cave, this is exciting and fun and interesting. I don't believe there's anyone in the world's ever had that reaction. I genuinely don't believe it. Maybe one or two people. I'm confident that the majority is on there. Oh my goodness, this is really annoying. Please leave me alone with your water caves. Right? Am I wrong? Hands up in the chat if I'm wrong. Hands up in the chat if you have come across a water cave while you're trying to expand your base area or doing some mining, and you've been happy about it. They should add sponge to the Wandering Trader in vanilla, says Michael Switch. That'd be useful. I love the water cave, says the dog lover girl. You're fired. Out. And Foxy with tail. Ah, yes, pants, the British curse word. Alison says, can I join? I'm sure someone will pop a thing in the chat for you to have a read of. Dog lover girl says, I've had that reaction on a scale of 1 to annoying. It's frustrating, says Greginator. Beard Boss says, maybe they want people to be excited about underwater caves. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. The thing is, I think for me is I guess the root of the issue is the fact that they're fiddling with the ore generation in the world, which is fine. You know, we've had this good for a long time. We know exactly what level to go and get diamonds on, and we'll still get gold and everything like that at that level as well. So it's been handy. We can go and do strip mining and make sure we get plenty of stuff. That's nice. They're going to turn that on its head a little bit, which, yeah, sure is going to be frustrating because we're not used to it, but we'll get used to the new mechanics. It'll be absolutely fine. Nothing really to worry about. Don't worry about it. Be like the change from old villagers to new villagers. We were a little bit miffed about it at first because we didn't really understand what was going on, but now a lot of us kind of like the new trades and the new way it works and the level system and stuff like that. You know, it was a nobody likes change when someone mentions things are going to change that they like, but then you get used to it and it becomes the new normal. So I'm sure the ore generation in the world is going to be more, you know, normal. But I guess the frustrating thing from my point is not the fact that they're changing it, but they've expanded it so you still get even more diamonds down. The lower you go in the world, you get even more. Rather than like going, hey, this is just still the slim slither of area you're going to get diamonds in. They've gone, well, go deeper and you're going to get even more you currently get now. It would have been really nice if they'd gone, hey, surprise guys, you know, we're adding copper, but also, you know, there's a bunch more ores that we're going to stick down there, or different things that you can get down there. Not necessarily even have to be ores, but just like if you go to different levels, you're more likely to come across a different material or something. I know there's Grimstone, but like something that's not just, hey, diamonds, just get, there's more of them the deeper you go down, because that's kind of boring. Not very exciting, is it? Because all people are going to do is go to the bottom of the world, go to the Grimstone, and just go cave mining there, surely. Or strip mining. There is a song that says, hello, Mr. No-Tail. Hello. Doors, like doors to beds. It sucked to begin with, but now it's just the way it is, says Mike. Exactly. Yeah, no one really, you don't even think about it now. I mean, you don't even think, oh yeah, doors, the villagers, they used to like doors, didn't they? That was weird. Now they're just like, what's a door, mate? That wooden thing you keep flapping. Ah. Shh, I'm going to bed. I hate dealing with water, says Broken Halo. Yes. I don't get to catch his streams very often. Glad I can tidy. Glad I can tidy. I love it. Glad I can today. You've corrected yourself. I liked it the first way round. I'm glad I can tidy. It's one of the things I enjoy about my life. I'm just so happy about it. I'm just glad I can tidy. I was really frustrated when I couldn't tidy, but now I can. It's wonderful. My mum used to say, "Don't tidy, you're not allowed." And now I live on my own. I'm a grown up. I left home. I can tidy all I want. I love it. I'm glad I can tidy. Sorry. I love things like that. I absolutely love it. Hands up in the chat if you're glad you can tidy. Or thumbs down in the chat if you'd rather your mum said you're not allowed to tidy. Because mums never say that. I made a spreadsheet of what the dyes do in your resource packs, as Subjolam. Good for you. It also says in the README file that comes with the pack. Hanku says, I don't want to clean and tidy. Me here, Foxy says, hello, Foxy. Hello. Why are you mining, says Gamer Chat. Mind your own business. Ha! I'm mining because I really need, I need a lot of stone type materials, mainly andesite, in order to continue with the castle and what I've got going on underneath it as well, or what I'm going to have going on underneath it eventually. And because, do you know, I haven't done any mining for so long, and yesterday when I did a load of mining in the live stream, it was just so nice and relaxing, just coming downstairs and bashing things to bits with my pickaxe. I just had a really nice time. So, you know, I thought I'd do it again today. I don't actually really technically need to. The more andesite I've got, the better. And like people say, I can craft it from other stuff. I'm just really enjoying it at the minute. It's just nothing. There's something nice about just mining. I haven't done it for ages. I used to carve out huge areas of my my worlds in the past, because before I started YouTube or anything like that, I didn't really know what to build. I didn't used to watch YouTube either, so I wasn't watching anyone else like doing it. So I had Minecraft, and it was just like this blank book that I didn't really know what to do with. There was no one to take inspiration from, so I used to just dig big holes, and that was what I was good at. I had no idea about enchantments or efficiency or haste or anything like that. I just used to go around with my diamond pickaxe and dig big holes. When it broke, I'd make another diamond pickaxe. You know, it was just one of those things. It was just a pleasurable, lazy experience, I guess. Hey, I'm from India and it's 1 PM here. Amazing. Welcome. No, not welcome. What's the word? Hello to India, I guess. Hello. I've been getting a lot of that in my comments actually lately. Hello from India and hey, I'm from India. It's nice to know I've branched out in many corners of the world. Lovely. Speaking of branching out. Oh no, he's going to go plug his Stardew Valley thing again. Everybody quick. Go and watch someone else. No, I'm not. I was just going to mention that I'm really impressed with how it's been taken so far. Considering it's on the second channel, I didn't expect it to get very many good responses at all. And it's been very, you know, it's been nice to see that as many people have tuned in as they have. So, yeah, even Oliver was watching it today. He thought it was brilliant. I thought he'd be bored out of his brains because it's like there's no cuts or anything in it. But he really liked it. It was most frustrated when Grandma rang up to read him a story. And then I sent him to bed. And what? I'm watching Stardew Valley, Dad. No, gotta go to bed, mate. You're live streaming again? No, I'm not. I'm going to be doing really boring work tonight. Boring work. You won't like it. Just go to bed. What are you lying? You told me last night you're going to live stream again. No, I'm not. I'm not. Go to sleep, son. But it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Go to sleep, son. What's that you're putting in my drink, Dad? Nothing. Looks like cowpole. Yes. No, it's not. No, definitely not. You have a lot of followers from India, says Miher Foxy. How do you know? How do you know? Are you counting them? Go to sleep, son, says Gamer Chat. Maribel J says, I love Stardew Valley. Very relaxing. It is. It's nice to have a game you can relax to. Can you imagine? It's like the polar opposite of... literally the opposite of having underwater caves full of diamonds. I love your voices, says Gamer Chat. Thank you. Hanku says brandy. brandy in his drink. No, it wasn't brandy. Poor Oliver Lols has broken down. He's fine. He needed an early night. He was up. He was up so late last night. It wasn't 4 o'clock. I put him to bed at 6 o'clock, which is early for him. Bless him. He's only 6, but it was early. But he was up. He was still wide awake at 9 p.m. last night, so he was going to be tired. He needed an early night. He's probably still awake now. I'm sure I'll hear him soon. Dad, I need a poo. You don't. You just want to get up and come see what I'm doing. Why are all my live streams talking about kids pooing? Things have gone south here. Something's going wrong. My whole college is your follower. Says your whole college? Jeez. Does that only count for one then? Jeez, it's rubbish. Can they all follow? That's amazing. And can I ask which college and how many people are there? And also, how did that come about that your whole college is my follower? Why is Stardew Valley so popular all of a sudden? Well, they just released a big update, which I think helps, and I think it's just one of those things. You hear of like somebody that's done a video on it, and all of a sudden someone else mentions, "Oh, did you check out that video so and so's done?" And then it just sort of, you think, "Oh, do you know what I could do to play a bit of Stardew Valley? Yeah, I'll do that." I think it just goes around. And what I found was really strange though is that I released my first video, which I recorded well over a week before I actually released it, and the same day PewDiePie started live streaming from Stardew Valley, which, like, well, that's got to be good for me SEO and all that, mate. But that's weird. I didn't expect that at all. Almost 3K, says Mihir Foxy. Wow. They're not bot accounts, are they? So your college isn't a big, like a follower bot, is it? Down to 1 follower bot, thank you. Oh no, I'm getting... Oh jeez, I'm supposed to silk touch them and put them in my special box. Oh well. Diamonds. Not underwater ones, I might add. Let's be real, 90% of parenting is dealing with or talking about poo. I don't think that's the case. I don't think so. Maybe it depends on the age. Depends on the age. Like, maybe like pre-toddler, yes. But like once they're like 2 years old and they start coming out of nappies, I think I don't think that's the case anymore. Maybe, or maybe I've just had a good experience. What's Stardew Valley about, says Raiden? It's about a goat that finds himself in he finds himself in a circus cannon, and what happens is they don't realise this is just the cutscene at the beginning. They don't realise the ringmaster goes in, and they like put a big like confetti bomb in it at the start of the circus. They don't realise this goat's inside. They set fire to it. The goat goes flying, ends up on the moon. And that's what it's to do with, basically setting up a little goat farm in space. And the goats, as a goat, you've got to like develop through the different levels of technology in order to be able to make yourself a craft in order to get back to Earth. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but it's really good fun. Just check it out. 100%. Bruh. Hoki says, what? I am having to talk about poo all the time. You lost me at farming goats in space, says Mike on Switch. Jesse B says, see, that's a game I'd watch. Goats in space. Space Goat Farmer, Foxy's next map. I had a couple more sleepless nights, Pickles, thinking about map ideas. I know we've currently got an idea, but I've had other ideas as well that I need to discuss with the group. So not here, obviously. I don't want anyone stealing my idea before I even had fleshed it all out. But I've had some good ideas, mate. Lol, make a Docker M77 mining machine? No. I don't think that would work on Bedrock anyway. Well, I probably would. Maybe. Sort of. I don't know. If a member of Hermitcraft is called a hermit, what's a member of TB called? A turnip. Okay, type it out. I'd like to hear it, says Pickles. Type it out. I can't type it out. I'm live streaming. I'll tell you later. Ah. Remind me at some point in the future to pop it in the old fab chat. Now, really? Are all these torches, literally millions of them everywhere, and you where did you come from? Why? What's your problem? Look, this is just annoying. Jeez. Pesky neighbours. Fizzy Andy Boy says, hey, Foxy, a quick question. How many capes do you have? I don't know. I sort of lost interest in capes, really. When me and Jack went to, Jack's my eldest son, we went to Minecon in London when that was on there, and we got an official Mojang Minecon cape. Well, I say we should have both got one, but they only actually, even though I bought 2 tickets, they only give 1 out per ticket purchaser, so Jack never got one, bless him. It automatically went to the email address that bought the ticket, so it went to my account. I felt awful for that, because obviously Jack was only about, I don't know, 8, 9 at the time, and he didn't get maybe a little bit older than that, 11 or something. Yeah, didn't get one, which was a bit mean. But now they're just throwing them about on Bedrock Edition. There's all these rubbish capes. Oh, you get a cape if you download the pack at the right time, and you get one for playing this. And I lost interest. They used to be special. They're not special anymore. Everyone's got a cape. Are you burning Space Goat Edition by JCP? When will you make a new add-on? I don't know when I'm ready. I'm waiting very patiently for the next update. Well, the things that are currently holding me back is experimental mode. And when the things come out of experimental mode, there will be a wave of updates. There will be updates including wallpaper, slabs, grass slabs, dirt slabs, all the slabs that you wanted, stairs of all the different varieties that you wanted. There will be there'll just be many things. But like, yeah, I'm going to be doing wallpaper, better like decorations and stuff around your houses as well. Hats. I've got many plans, but it's all being held back. It shows your capes if you feel like. I've no idea. I don't know how to get capes in Bedrock Edition. Don't know how to show you them. Not a clue, mate. Wouldn't know where to start. Could not give a monkeys in the slightest. I've no interest. Oh no, I've woke the silverfish up now, mate. Even vertical slabs, says Raiden. Yeah, they're slightly more tricky though. They will require many clicking on. Because you can't position things the way you're facing unless they change something with how experimental mode works. So you're going to have to like place it down and then click on it a few times to rotate it. It'll be the same with stairs as well. But you'll get used to it. Be fine. Be better than not having it. Don't forget that all the archaeology anodes is going to be, says Pickles. Hello guys, how are you, says Andrew Mine. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Quick question, Foxy. Where can we buy amazing FoxyNoTail merchandise from Valhalla? Oof. Well, there's actually 3 places you can buy it from Valhalla, depending on where you live in the world and depending on what merch you want. Basically, you press escape on your keyboard. No capes. Sorry, mate. You can get it from... if you go to FoxyNoTail.com, it's pretty much, I think, there's a shop button. And there are 3 sites. There is the Spreadshirt sites. There's a UK one and one that will also deliver mainly US, but I think it's relatively globally. I think they'll definitely do Canada as well. But then there's my Teespring site, which is actually paired with my YouTube account as well. So you'll see that on some of my videos. Possibly you might get a bar at the bottom, which will show you my expert level 99 merch and things. So you can get FoxyNoTail merch from many places, and Teespring does deliver globally. Oh, there you go. Or you could... Oh, I don't think the Streamlabs one actually has any merch on it, though. That's just given the Streamlabs link. Yeah, that one's empty. I think. I don't think you can get it through Streamlabs. I haven't set up merch through Streamlabs. Bedrock is the best rock, says Michael Switch. Why not Bedrock, says JCB? What do you mean, why not Bedrock? Are you adding a more on merchandise? Says Broken Halo. Possibly. Maybe. I had a lot on my plate at the minute. I don't think I've really got time to sit around and design any more merchandise, but I was thinking about it again today, thinking that would be funny. But then I thought I should probably actually Google the definition of moron, because I never have, and I'm slightly concerned that it's not as much of a family-friendly word as I thought. So maybe I should do that before I go down the let's make this into merch route. We'll see. What is acacia? It's a type of tree, says Mike on Switch. I don't know. I know I don't have Foxy coins, but can you call your axe diamond sword? No. Nope. It's already been named. Foxy's lucky pickaxe. Sorry. If you want to name an item, you're just going to have to save up more stream. You're going to have to watch more streams. I do regular streams, so it shouldn't take you too long. You're going to have to save up those stream points, valuable stream points. And if you can't be bothered to watch the stream, you know, then you can't rename it. Just how it is. It's one of those facts of life, mate. But I don't have all the time in the world to watch them. Well, it's one of those things, mate. It's a reward for your, you know, being around and doing good stuff. So my hoe needs naming. My elytra all need naming. My diamond armor set needs arc reactor. I don't remember that one. Maybe that's someone else's. I think that might be someone else's. My diamond axe needs naming. They're all named. That one's named. That one's named. Yeah, there's not much needs naming. You could name my bow. I think I could have that Foxy's bow, so that probably needs naming, and that one does as well. There's a few things left to name. We can always like craft some more as well. If you really wanted me to have a pickaxe with a certain name on it, but I've got loads of like bits of netherite and ancient debris kicking about. We can always craft another one. Not a problem, mate. Fizzy Antiboy said, basically, Foxy, you press escape on your keyboard and then press profile and then press edit character and click up. Jeez. And then you do this and then you have to turn the starter mode to 3/4 of a degree, get out of the car, roll down the window, and if you lean on the bonnet at the 45-degree angle, pressing gently to the side, it will pop up slightly. Once you've done that, slip your fingers inside, find the catch, lift it up. There should be a bar on the left-hand side. Pop it up, stick that in the hole to the northeast, and then, once you've done that, go to the boot of the car, undo that, go into the back compartment. You'll be able to see the wires going to the back headlight. Pull those out. The alarm will be just behind those. Once you've got the alarm, you can pull that out, undo that, and listen to the backup battery on the inside, but you can't access that without a soldering iron. Once you've got your soldering... Jeez. It's just a cape, mate. Who cares? Hands up in the chat if you would like to see my cape collection. I don't even think I've got any. But if it's that important to you, I will go through all of the steps required in order to show you my capes. Carol says, is that what the AA man told you to do? Turn the alarm off. No, they wouldn't tell me how to turn the alarm off. But that's what I read on Google. One person. Oh, two people. Oh, jeez. Okay, fine. I'll show you my capes. Jeez. It'll be new for me and you. I genuinely don't think I've got any. I might have. Let me put some stuff away again. Jeez. I'd like to see your capes, Foxy. It's really important. And then you're going to be like, why don't you have any capes, mate? I've already explained. You should get this cape. No, I don't want it. Why? None. Oh, I got one. I think everyone's got that one though, haven't they? I don't want it. Rubbish. Someone else can have it. When will you make your U2s? Says me. I don't know what that means, mate. Sorry. I know from you're from India and everything, so I'll give you the excuse of not knowing how to say what you're trying to say, but I don't know what you're trying to say, mate. Sorry. What's a cape, says Mike on Switch. All I hear is Edna Mode saying no capes, says Val, yeah. No capes. No, darling, no capes. His lawyer's changed to 4-woman skin. 4-woman skin. Slightly confused. What's the plan with this cave? Says I mine it out as big as possible until I no longer can reach my beacon, and then mine a different part of it out, collecting all of the valuable resources, and then abandon it once I can't reach it at the edges anymore and move to a new area. You Shoes is a figurine, says Gamer Chap. Never heard of it. Oh wow, that is a lot of capes. Yeah. Why you want my capes? You can't. You can't even use them properly on Bedrock because, like on Java, when you wear your Elytra, your elytra look like your cape, which is nice. But yeah, the fact that they're just throwing them out willy-nilly to anyone and everyone, and they don't actually, you know, do anything, is kind of made me lose interest. One-eyed Nina skin. What's he doing? What's that Sloy doing? A lot of U2s are there. What are you? What's a U? Is this a like YouTuber like figurine? Can you get figurines for popular YouTubers? I've seen like I've seen things where you can buy like Dan TDM figurines and stuff like that. Is that what you're on about? Should be a TB cape for TB fans so we can all be. I don't know how. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we can make capes, can we? I don't think like newbies or real people can make capes. I think only Mojang can do that, can't they? I'm sure there's a way to retexture the cape to make it look like whatever you want it to look like, but I don't think any of us care. Gamer chat there. YouTube creates a high-quality collectibles for the heroes and role models of the internet, memes, content creators, music artists, licensed IPs, and more. The mission to bring to life the most memorable moments and personalities to bring you joy to proudly display on your desk at work, your shelf, your bedroom, and even your living room, and for everyone else. Sounds epic. I'm assuming that they contact you. That's going to be one of those, hey, when you're big enough YouTube personality, celebrity, we'll contact you about making a YouTube. Either that, or there'll be one of those completely unofficial, using everybody's IP for their own gains and like basically ripping you off jobbies. There's been plenty of those about where, you know, you could go online and buy official YouTuber merch that wasn't actually official YouTuber merch. It was just companies doing 3D printing of like popular skins. And yeah, we don't like those things. We don't like those things at all. Taking away from our hard-earned business. Boom. Diamonds. Oh, mate. I was just about to get those diamonds then, mate. 2? That it? Rubbish. Been ripped off. What a rip-off. But do their heads bobble, says Fancy Mama. Yeah. That's what we need to know. We need the facts. Do their heads bobble? Will I become rich, and can I buy one? Because I want one. Does sound good. I've been wanting to like get Foxy plushies made for ages, but in order to do that, I had never found a company that would do like custom ones. You'd have to order absolutely thousands and get them made like in China somewhere in order to make it even viable. But then if you're going to order thousands, you've got to be able to sell thousands, and I think in order to do that, you're going to need an audience of millions, really. So I never considered that as a viable way forward. But if there is a company like that you know, can make short-run, cheap enough things that you could then pass on through your merch, I think that's a good thing. So let me know. TJ says, awesome, made it for the stream. I don't know how you spell like that, TJ. Not how I expected you would speak at all. I know it took Good Times with Sky a while to get his jelly plushies, yeah. Foxy House, wall-to-wall plushies of himself. Maybe. No, Mike. Not just me. There'd be Big Chicken ones and Mr. Onion ones as well. I'm assuming Sloy XP is having decision issues and putting in on a fashion show. You never know when it comes to Sloy what he's doing. Sloy is a law unto himself. I'm sure it's something strange but wonderful. I've given up trying to figure out what Sloy does. Sloy does what Sloy does. Unpredictable and strange. Petram Twitch says, can you see this? No, I can't. Fancier Mama says, Foxy Bobblehead with a button that says capes are rubbish. Or scaffoldings for wimps. Or I don't like underwater diamonds. Many popular catchphrases. Do you enjoy Bedrock more than Java, says Breadbowl? I do. I absolutely do. R2 Laser says, I don't think you saw, but you can change the persona of the version on the version to have custom models and capes on skin packs. What do you mean, eh? I don't know what you mean. Do you mean I can have those horrid, like this stupid Siren Hat man custom skins? Is that what you're on about? A proper Foxy bobblehead would say, actually FoxyNoTail, says Mike on Switch. And we're getting a lot of diamonds today. I'm quite annoyed that we're not picking up the ore actually, but I'm not getting my Silk Touch pickaxe just to pick up diamonds. We need diamonds anyway. We're feeling a bit poor at the moment, so it's not a bad thing that we're getting them to actually spend at the old shops. Broken Halo says, I'm sitting here waiting for my son's orthodontics appointment and 3 children are jumping off the side of the ledge into a culvert. With an umbrella like Mary Poppins, I'm having a heart attack. This is Broken Halo. Amazing. Well. That magician, well. I think maybe Zloy's got a stream redemption that allows him to change, or makes him change skin when somebody has a stream redemption, possibly. Hydrate, says Fizzy Andy Boy. I will do, absolutely. Thank you very much. Tea Drunk Bedroll says, maybe do a fan art competition and whoever wins gets to do the designing for the plushie. I don't think there's much designing required. I know what my character looks like. Do you know what? I keep trying to encourage things like fan art stuff. I recently asked in my Discord for anybody to have a go at making me like some character designs for my Stardew Valley thumbnails, but whenever I've done anything like that, and I know you shouldn't ask for fan art, and I'm not asking for fan art, I'm asking for I don't know, like the opportunity for people to put their stuff on my videos or like on my content, which I've had a lot of people request in the past, can we do this and could we do that, but whenever I ask for it, it always falls flat. Nobody ever responds. So I don't think I'll bother. I don't think I'll bother asking somebody to design me a plushie. I think I'd do it myself, mate. Now, if someone comes forward and goes, hey, look, I can make you these plushies for you, what do you think to this design? Then I'd be open to a conversation. But, yeah. My experience with asking people to help me out in that sort of way normally falls flat. Japes GB says, short run plushies would be amazing. We could get 100 Beardstone plushies made and give each gift one to Foxy. I'd quite like that. I don't think Mr. Onion would be too happy, but more diamonds. Be too happy about it, but I'd be happy to have a load of 100 Mr. Beardstone plushies around the house. Be absolutely fine. You use them for all sorts, like cleaning the dog's feet when we've been out for a muddy walk, and you use them for doing the washing up. Do them for like propping the car up when I want to clean the tyres and use it instead of bricks as jacks and stuff like that. There'd be loads of things I could use Mr. Beardstone plushies for. It's a good idea. I like this idea. Never need towels again. I could use them. And instead, I'd save so much toilet paper if I had 100 of them. Imagine how many times I could like softly wipe with a Mr. Beardstone plushie after being to the toilet. This would be lovely. A wonderful idea. Yes. Beat that, Andrex. I've got Mr. Beardstone plushies, mate. How I want to make a Foxy plushie, says Dragon's Fin. Mike says, so Foxy wants a Beardstone dish scrubber. Yeah, basically. Yes. Oh, and there we go. We are outside of range of the beacon now. It was talking about wiping my bottom on Mr. Beardstone's plushie that did it, I think. It broke the beacon. The beacon is like, I'm not giving you haste 2 anymore, mate. You are gross. Fair dues. I understand beacon. Understand people have limits. And even beacons have limits. Haste 2 dead, says Fizzy Andy Boy, yes. But I'm going to get this andesite here, seems though that's literally what we're here for. Might as well get it. Even if it's a little bit slow. A little bit slow never hurt anyone, did it? Nice chilled out little bit of mine in there. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. What a good job you're doing there, FoxyNoTail. Expert level 99 andesite mining. Your mother would be proud. A new children's game. Pin the non-existent tail on the Foxy, says Breadpole. What? Don't pin things to me. Sounds painful. A new children's game. Oh, I've just read that. I thought you were there for cobble, says Beard Boss. No, cobble's useful because we've not got much cobble, but we're mainly here for andesite. Andesite is the #1 thing we're after. Cobble is like a secondary byproduct that will come in quite useful. It will also help us convert some of the diorite we've got into andesite should we get really desperate. But I'd rather have the cobble at this particular moment in time. Right. We have exhausted that direction, so we're going to go back in that direction then. I think 101 uses for Mr. B plushes, says clipped by JCB. I'm always dropping myself in it, aren't I? Jeez, always getting clipped. Oh, we've had a Mr. Beardstone raid. Speaking of Mr. Beard, shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him what we were saying about his plushes. Whatever you do. Nobody mentioned the plushes. It's like nobody don't mention the puppy, but this time it's don't mention the plushie. he'll take his viewers back. Thank you for the raid, by the way, Mr. Beardstone. We weren't saying anything about your plushies. It's fine. It's all good here. We're all friends. Best friend forever. Don't just ignore that thing that was pinned by JCB. It's not real.
They're obviously a complete idiot who would do such a thing.
Thank you very much, Divercat, subscribing for 14 months in a row. That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Very nice. It's a long time. It's a very long time. That's more than a year, believe it or not. I know some people will struggle to believe me there, but it is. Genuinely, I'm not even joking. That's even longer than a whole year. Right. I want to ask, peeps. The music today should be a little bit louder than normal. Are you finding it okay still? Or would you consider it too loud? Because every time I watch a stream back, I watch a little bit of the stream, I'm always going, I can't hear any music. Are the people in the chat hearing music? And I have to turn it right up to hear any music. And but when I've fiddled with the volume before, people have always said, oh no, it's too loud, turn it down. So this time I turned it up before the stream but never mentioned it, and no one's told me to turn it down. So so I think it's okay. Rotated Alpha says it's fine. Boobcraft says, hey Foxy, how's your day going? It's going pretty well, thank you very much. JCB says, I hear no music. I can barely hear it, says the Beard Boss. It's good, it's fine, I think it's fine. If you can't hear it, then we need to turn it up. I hate silent live streams. Well, you hate Silent Whispers live stream? No, that's not what I said. So that's obviously too loud. About around there. That okay? Now I can't hear the game sounds. Now it's too quiet. That looks quite loud on my meter. Too loud. Yeah. What about there? How's that? Literally where it was a second ago. Literally where it was before you started. Too loud, said James. Literally where it was. Right, about there. Sounds fine there, says Jesse. I'm gonna drop it. Ah, sorry, my bad. I pressed the wrong button. I'm gonna drop it there. It's on -10 dB, okay? Which is where it was at the beginning of this stream. Jesse said it's fine there, and everyone else is saying it's too loud. Was perfect before you faffed with it, says James. It was there for the last stream on -20, so it was really, really, really quiet on the last stream. I'm going to bring it back to there. See how we get on. It's the end of the song now, so it's going to be quiet. Haven't seen DB in a while, says Mike. He says he's coming back. He says he's had a bit of a tricky beginning to the beginning of the year. Tricky beginning to the beginning. You know what I mean. But he says he's back making content again, so hopefully he'll be okay. Groover Guy just raided as well. Wow, we're getting all the raids today. Thank you very much, Groover Guy. Wow. So now the music's gone ridiculously quiet. Let's see if we can find a song that's actually not going to be the most quiet song in the world. Well, that last one, I guess, was relatively good because it had stuff going on in it. So I'm going to leave it there with that song on. You're going to have to make a decision between yourselves in the chat and tell me, is it too loud, is it too quiet, or is it okay? Next will be Zloy, says Foxy with a tail. I don't know. Zloy tends to stream for quite a long time. I can't believe we were all streaming. Very strange. Thought it was only supposed to be me and Groovy on Mondays. I guess it doesn't really matter. Everybody goes live when they want to go live, I think. Whoa, that was a lot of lag. Mr. Beardstone, there was a reason why he couldn't stream yesterday, I believe. I think I saw on Twitter. So that'll explain that. I'm not used to seeing Zloy live at this time on a Monday. It's Tuesday. That'll be why then. You know what I mean? A Tuesday, jeez. We need you to rant and then we can tell how loud the music is, lol, says Avoided by Law. Refresh page to be a real viewer. Is there still a thing, says Dragon? No, music's fine now, in my opinion, says Roth. Okay. Miss Beerser says, well, I can sleep, hence the short one today too. Ah, fair dues. Fair dues. I know what you feel. Do you know, it's strange, isn't it? I don't know whether like it's a global phenomenon, a lack of sleep, but I often find if I've had a real tricky night's sleep, like last night I really struggled to sleep, and the night before I was up till quite late. I speak to other people and they're like, oh yeah, I had a bad night as well, and it's like, well, that's weird, isn't it? Why have we both had a bad night's sleep? So yeah, last night I went to bed quite early. I went to bed not long after the stream had ended, so that I was nice and refreshed, ready for today. And yeah, I was awake till about 2:30 in the morning. I must have gotten up. Does it? I know I'm getting old, right? But does this happen to anyone else? That like when you're jiffling about and you can't sleep and you're like tossing and turning in your bed and you end up just going, do you know what? I need to get up and go to the toilet. I must have done that. I must have done that. No lies. About 10 times. Bearing in mind though, the toilet is next to Oliver's room. That doesn't wake him up, but me live streaming does. Downstairs, across the house in a different room with the door shut and speaking quietly wakes him up. But me tiptoeing across the bathroom and having a little tinkle. He sleeps through it. JCB says you should put on Slack's Rocket song to test the music. Well, that's not on my playlist. Sounds most the same as me, lol, says Mr. Beardstone. Oh, I'm glad it's not just me then. I don't know what it is when you can't sleep. I mean, nights when I sleep fine, I'm not waking up in the night to go to the toilet. Yeah, I'm not incontinent. I'm absolutely fine. But when I'm just laid there with my eyes wide open, not able to sleep, it's just all I want to do is to keep going back to the toilet. Like, there's a little tiny bit of wee ready. You need to get up out of bed. I don't. I want to go to sleep now. You need to get up. Go. There's a little tiny bit of wee.
Yes, it is true. Oh my goodness, thank you so much.
I'm not ready. We got a sticker there and a subscription. Iggy Warwick subscribing for 8 months. Thank you so much. And an RIP sticker. Amazing, thanks. I get 2 hours. It's called Insomnia, says Lofty. Yeah, that's different, bless you. That's hard having to live with insomnia. That's really tricky. Chape says, and you have to check the comment on cheek to comment on Oliver needing only one poo. Oh, I see. Plod. Foxy's bladder is a character now. No, that's just my brain. Gilana says Slack Lizard was streaming at midnight last night because of insomnia. Jeez. Avoided Law says Avoided Odd Law. Avoid Odd Law. What? I've always called you Avoided by Law, I think. Oh well, we're changing things up tonight. My wife and I have bets to see who visits the loot most each night. Jeez. I'm glad it's not just me. Because you do start to feel like you're going crazy. You're laid there for hours. Thinking, why? Why, brain? You told me we was tired. This is why we're in bed. It's literally your fault. You said, hey, it's time to go to bed, mate. We're tired. And I get to bed and you're like, maybe not. But don't get up. Until now, you need a wee. Oh, I'm kidding, you didn't really need it then. You need it in 5 minutes, mate. Okay, let's go back to bed. We're tired again. No, not really. We're wide awake. Stop it! And how annoying is that? You know when you sometimes you just like you laid maybe watching laid on the sofa or just sat on the sofa watching the TV, right? And you suddenly feel really, really tired, and you know that if you was to lay in bed at that exact moment, you would just collapse into a perfect sleep. But something always happens. If it's either like the phone will go off, or you realise that you need to bring the washing in, or the dog needs taken out to the toilet, or maybe you just, you've got to brush your teeth, or you need to shower before bed. There's something always ruins it, doesn't it? And then, once it's ruined, that's it. You're up all night. You could have slept instantly. You would have fallen asleep like you were the heaviest person in the world on the softest blanket in the world. But no, you go 1 second past it and that's it. You are awake till the early hours of the morning. What's all that about? What's that about? That's just mean. That's just mean. That's just your brain going, no, should have done it what else then, mate. Being an angry teenager at you. I have to take prescription sleep medicine or I'm up to 4 a.m. I have to be up at 7 a.m. says Drago. Jeez. I'm new around here, says Lego Puffin. Well, hello, new around here. I thought your name was Lego Puffin, but there we go. Nice to meet you. That was the world's worst joke. You're the world's worst joke. I guess it's just me on that one then. No response. None at all. No, you're on your own there, mate. Chat gone dead, mate. What happened? There's only one rule here, and that's we don't mention the puppy cam, says Asman. Yeah, which is unfortunately broken today, sadly. I mean, there you go. You can have no puppy cam. But be gone. Well, my son gets so mad when I make those jokes. I love them, says the beard boss. Yeah. Dad, I'm thirsty. Nice to meet you, thirsty. I'm Friday. No, I said thirsty. Yep. Okay. I'm embarrassed to admit how long it took me to get that joke, says Fancy Mama. Captain Swelton says, your story there was completely relatable, Foxy. Thank you. I'm glad somebody relates to my story. I'm embarrassed to admit how long it took me to... Oh, I've read that one. Foxy with the dad jokes, says Dragon's Fin. Yeah, you've got to have a pocket full of dad jokes in your pocket. Pocket full of dad jokes in your pocket. I've got a pocket full of dad jokes in my pocket. I'll pull it out, right? It's like a secondary pocket that just carries dad jokes that I'll keep in my pocket. Weirdo. Chop. Hello, 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 says Pirate Danny. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Has everyone fallen asleep? Chat's literally dropped off a cliff. What's going on? I'm not used to this. I'm used to it. I haven't, like, every time I look, things have changed. It stopped. Was it me fiddling with the music? You've all got upset and disappeared. Gaming Chap says hello. Jeez. There's a hole in my pocket. Says Empathoras Rex. Jeez. Michael Switch says too many people now. Shy chatter. Big Chicken is a dad joke by himself, says Asman. Hello, I'm chatting, says R2 Laser. Excellent. Good. That's what I like to see. Many, many people chatting. Keep it up. There is a song, Redeem Facepalm. What for? What did I do wrong? Explain. Parrot Danny says, I was kind of sleepy. It was kind of sleepy music. This one sounds more a little lively. Yeah, bit of a weird playlist, this one. But it don't get me copyright strike, so it's the one I always use. And it's free. While working and listening, but I'm here, says Broquin. Eternally Relevant says, why did the runner quit listening to music? She broke too many records. Ha ha. Good one. Penance Boss says, did you miss your previous job? Machine install, etc. Do I miss it? Absolutely not. Nope, not even a bit. No. I miss it like a hole in the head, mate. I quite miss the hole in my head. Oh, jeez, there's always one, isn't there? Always one. Me too. Oh, jeez, now there's two of them. Dad jokes pocket need a character ready to go, lol, says Broken Halo. Not everything has to be a character. We've been over this before. I can say things without it being a character. I'm allowed. This is okay. You guys are obsessed with characters. I got one after my live stream yesterday. I got a comment on the VOD saying about the Irish accent I was doing needs to be a new character. I didn't think it was that good. Apparently the person watching thought it was. I'm very pleased with my Irish accent, he was. To be sure. See what he did there? We need a crafting table. We need a crafting table. in order to minimize all of these blocks. It needs to be done. A crafting table must be got out of this box. Gamerchak says, do an Irish accent. I'll compare it to my authentic. No, if we've actually got Irish people here, I'm just going to make a fool of myself. Only works if no one actually knows what an Irish accent sounds like. I can tell you anything then. And my silly voices just happen. They come out of just situations. I don't try and put them on. I don't go, oh, I'm going to do this silly voice here. It just they just fall out of my mouth. If someone says, hey, do an impression of so and so, generally speaking, I can't do it, or at least I struggle. But if I just I just open my mouth and situations go on, I just come up with all sorts. JCB, they're saying, hi Grim, TechnoMage, Grim's here. So I don't know why I wasn't following, but there we go. Why wasn't you following TechnoMage, Grim? I need to know. Come on, chop chop, out with it. Excuses aside, let's have the honest truth, shall we? Why wasn't you following? I'm not going to accept any other answers other than the absolute 100% truth. Your British accent is the best, says Asman. I know. But no one would believe me that it's completely fake either. I guess it's because Lee told me not to. So, well, that makes sense, to be fair. You know, that's understandable. Sounds legit, Grim, says JCP. I believe him. Seems legit. Bray says, I've been watching some of your old videos on YouTube lately. Mr. Skinny from Scorched Earth says hi. Mr. Skinny, oh gee, Scorched Earth, my Ark series. I really liked that, but nobody liked watching it. I really enjoyed playing Ark. Me and Jack put hours and hours and hours into Ark, and I really enjoyed doing that series, but literally nobody watched it. It was the most biggest flop on my my channel ever. And that was when I was very small. So, you know, literally no one watched it. You're probably the first viewer all this time, like, later. Bray Rose also says, I'm enjoying it tremendously. Oh, good. I'm glad you are. Zug says, I found some unicorn milk at the legendary. Wow. I quite like that one, but that's really bad. That's really bad. It reminds me of Barney from How I Met Your Mother. Ark is fantastic. I have to go check it out, says the Beard Boss. Yeah, we tried the... they kept adding new expansions, didn't they? And they ended up with one that was kind of a little bit in space. I can't remember the name of it now. And we tried that one, but it was... by that point, I kind of... We'd got a little bit fed up with doing the grind over and over and over again, and we didn't really get that much time to put into that one. But I think the island was the one we enjoyed the most. No, the Ragnarok. We had amazing time with that one. Can you do a Cockney accent, says Avoided Law? Sometimes. Probably not a very good one. Very stereotypical one, which is what my accents tend to be. Quite the stereotypical one. No, what did I just put in there? Something was wrong. Oh well, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Hey, we got stone in there. That don't belong. Where's me dirt? There it is. We need to go fix me pickaxe. Voided Law says I probably couldn't tell the difference. How are you today? Says Jormungandr. I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing? How are you doing? And a few follows today, so thank you very much. If you're new, or if you followed today, then thank you very, very much. It's very much appreciated. Nice to see new faces and new names. Jormungandr is doing well. I'm sorry if I'm completely butchering your name. I'm confident that I am. It is well, it is. I'm sorry, basically. But there's not much I can do about it. I've just been playing single player, says Bray Rose to TechnoMage. TechnoMage says, do you prefer to be called Grim or TechnoMage, or would you prefer your full name to be said TechnoMage Grim? Oh lord, I haven't touched Ark in a couple of years. Is the multiplayer still toxic? I never played multiplayer. I'm not one for the massive online multiplayer stuff. We only played like local LAN. Don't get involved in that sort of shenanigans. Oh geez, we're running out of golden carrots here, peeps. We're nearly back on the old steak. Oh, we'll have to go raid the carrot farm. You know what that means. Seeing all of the many, many millions of carrots that we've got there. You're right. Yeah, we'll go and check it out in a minute. Arc multiplier equals the most toxic, says another Shawnee. Can't be as bad as Reddit. Can't be as bad as Reddit. Sounds like you're nailing it to me, says Technomaze Grim. Yay. I haven't even got a hammer. The Beard Boss says, Technomaze Grim, unless you find a decent established server with rules in place. Yeah, rules is good. Rules help things not being against the rules, really. You guys not eating? Are you making a statement? Are you protesting against the food? You guys normally eat everything I give you. Why are you not eating? You're looking really slim as well, Ernie. And you, Bert, actually. You're both looking a little bit on the slim side. I didn't mean I was going to fatten you up and have you for dinner. It was a joke. Why would they want fish piggies? You guys... I'm so... Oh well. Just mean to kill a tame that might have taken days in real life is just the worst. I've got to go, unfortunately. Have a great rest of the stream, said Brer Rose, and then cheered 100 bits. Thank you very much appreciated, and I will. They're fasting, says Gamer Chat. Maybe because I didn't make them pancakes on Pancake Day. For me, we had to fiddle with the timings on Arc. Arc's one of those is way too slow and way too grindy. For me personally, I had to do many fiddling with it. Oh my jeez, there's so many. I'll just take one stack. I'll just take one stack out of there. I think that's plenty. There we go. Nice. Wow. Never realised I had so many carrots. Overflowing again. It's a great game, however, says another Shawnee. Yes, it is a really good game, but it's very slow. Very slow. Mini gold. I don't think I need this many gold. How many gold do I need? I needed more. I actually did need that many gold. Here we go. I have now plenty of gold. Good. Gold is finished. Excellent. And we now have a full stack of golden carrots. This is good news. They're actually quite expensive, aren't they? It's a good job they last a long time. Stilme says, do you have any plans with Slack for the future? I mean, I don't have anything set in stone things we're going to be doing together, but I always up for recording with Slack. It's just we both used to have a lot more open, what's it called, schedules. It was a lot easier to find time to play together, but we kind of both got very limited ways of doing things and ways that we do things now, so we don't always find time to get together, sadly. But yeah, I'm always up for doing stuff with Slack. He doesn't want to brag about his carrot stash, is what it absolutely is. Why did you do that? The overlay things, as Gamer Chat. Do what? Didn't you see all of those many carrots when I opened the chest? Or did it crash? Was there so many carrots it crashed the stream again, didn't it? And you got the BRB screen. That's what happened? Yeah. Too many carrots broke the stream again. Jeez. It does that every time. I never notice it until I watch it back on the VOD and I'm like, man, too many carrots making the BRB screen come on. It's just that account farm's too powerful. That's the problem. I shouldn't have made such a good one. Dragonsfin says his carrot farm is so good he has to hide how many he gets. I'm not hiding it. It's the game, mate. Roth says it wouldn't be polite to look at another man's carrots. The overlays provide privacy. Gamer Chat says that's really sad. I don't think it's sad having the most powerful carrot farm in all of existence. I think it's a good thing. Quite happy about it. An embarrassment of riches, said Avoided Law. I get the feeling some of you are being sarcastic about my carrot farm. I don't understand why. Is this sarcasm? I'm not paying a tincture. Yes, it is. At 100%. Evening all. What are we working on today, says Silajul? Today we are working on increasing our massive levels of many stone, cobblestone, andesite, and jewellery bits, I guess. And fighting silverfish. basically what we did yesterday. But I just, I had such a nice time mining yesterday. It's been such a long time since I mined. I just wanted to carry it on. So we're just having a nice chilled out mining stream, waiting for questions to roll in through the chat so they can answer them for you. I am open to questions if anyone has a question about my channel, me, Truly Bedrock, something in Minecraft, something they want answering that I may have the answer to, then I am all ears. And if it starts with what's your favourite, then you can show yourself the door. Get out. No, I don't mind favourite questions. I just don't always have a good answer. Because I don't have favourites generally. Depends what it is. Watcher says someone is going to steal your design and appreciate that it produced... appreciate that it... Oh, I'm reading two things together there. And claim it as their own. No, I don't think they will. I'm pretty sure they won't. Blue Cat Eye says, oh, sarcasm never. I did appreciate that it produced more zombies than carrots, though. Shh. Shh, no, it doesn't. No. That was I had to retexture the carrots that were spilling out of the chest. There were so many carrots, I had to make them look like zombies so you guys didn't just get confused like, what's all of that stuff pouring out of his... That's how many carrots it is. That's blowing our minds. We can't handle it, FoxyNoTail. We need to cover it up, like the government. When did you start Conant? Says GamerChap67. I don't know. Didn't know I had started Conant. I'm assuming you mean when did I start making content? Was it 2015? I think. Many ago, basically. Watcher says, can you make your pack do something you already said it can't? What? Jet Gaming Track says, you're so good at streaming, you make mining engaging. Well, I try my best. Yeah, oh geez, we've run out of beacon here. My streams are, you're not really there for the visuals, I guess. They're more, I try to keep as engaged with the chat as possible. I try to, no, it doesn't always happen, depends what's going on in the stream, and I do miss a lot of messages, I realise that, so I do apologise. I tend to go off on one and start waffling, but I try very hard to make it about us rather than about me. Whereas my videos obviously very much about what I'm doing in Minecraft and putting out a video. My streams are my way of engaging with you and spending time with you all, because you are the other half of my channel. If it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't have a channel at the end of the day. The audience is as important as the content creator. There's 50-50 scenario going on, I would guess. So yeah, I think it's important that we spend time together, quality time. Mike on Switch says Foxy has been playing Minecraft since it was black and white. That's very true. It was 4x3 as well. It's really annoying. What toppings do you put on your pizza? Says Asman. Well, that depends on the day, but I do quite like a nice pepperoni pizza. I also, this is going to be controversial, but I like a ham and pineapple pizza. Not a big fan of chicken on pizza because it tends to go a bit dry in my experience. And I'm not that big. I like meat, but I'm not a big fan of a meat feast pizza because it just tends to be a little bit overwhelming and you lose sight of what you're actually eating, which is obviously the pizza. And I'm not a big fan of barbecue sauce bases either. I like my regular cheese and tomato, and then with something relatively not overly over the top on top, just to add a little bit of something extra to the pizza, really. Foxy has been playing Minecraft. Oh, I've read that one. It's the dad joke, says Fancier Mama. You have the lowest quality as possible, says Super Joel Lamb. Oh, I have the lowest quality as possible. Flame Basilisk says, what are we ranting about? I don't think we're ranting today. Oh, we have been. That was earlier on. Epicurean Pui says, what kind of stuff are you able to do with the kids during this pandemic? I find it hard to keep my kids as kids without being able to get them with their friends. I see, for me, it's not too tricky because they don't live with me full time. So I don't have they don't have friends where I live. They don't go out and see their friends because when they're with me, we do stuff like with the family, or we go to see the grandparents, or at least we used to before lockdown. So I don't have like the problem of them going and calling on their friends and going out. So I've always had to entertain them, or I've always had to find things to do. It has been trickier, but we'll go out and walk the dog. We spend a lot of time, Oliver particularly, watching the iPad and playing on the Nintendo Switch and playing Lego as well. We have a good time playing Lego. Jax a teenager now, so he's just mainly happy spending most of his time up in his room. We watch films. We have Chinese on a Friday night, and we'll watch a film together and stuff like that. But mostly they're really good at entertaining themselves. But the benefit for me is when they're here with me, that's not being at home, so they're out, so they're not bored. I think the problem is when you've got kids that don't have that secondary place to go to, they're just at home, they're just bored all the time. They're going to be coming to you, irritating you, saying, I'm bored, so it's hard. But you can still go outside, you can still go for walks, and you can still make walks interesting, go and find somewhere where there isn't anyone else. Go find somewhere near the woods or near the beach or somewhere and go and investigate, go and find out what's going on, create your own little adventures. Go and see if you can find any weird markings on some of the trees, or see if you can find evidence of like where people have walked round before, and just make it a little. Depends how old your kids are and what level of imagination they've got, really. But just make it about them rather than you're taking them for a walk. No kid likes to be taken for a walk. Kids don't like walking. But if you're going to discover something and it's interesting, even if it's not real, the kids will get engaged with it. They'll cut onto it. Be fine. Eternally Irrelevant says, I missed a lot of streams, so you may have mentioned, but have you found out anything about Nelly? No, it'll be a while yet. It'll be a few months before we've found any conclusion on that. She's still on the special food and having a special diet. Voided Law says, poll suggestion, can FoxyTail grow carrots? No, I'm not doing it. Gamer Chat says, FoxyNoTail probably hunts chickens and eats sweet berries. No. How many carrots can a FoxyTail grow if a FoxyTail could grow carrots? I am back, Foxy, says here, Foxy. Amazing. Good job. Who are you and what have you done with my ranting Foxy, says Flame Basilisk. Well, we did it. We exhausted our rantiness earlier on. Should have been here earlier. You can catch it on the VOD. You're welcome. No problem. I did it just for you. Right, we're not doing bad. We got a reasonable amount of stuff here. We are getting very far away from our beacon though, so it's quite tricky. But we're going to keep going. We'll do another couple of layers in this direction, and then we'll switch around. We are 30 minutes away from our stream length goal, which is 2 hours. It was all over water. What? Very confused. Foxy is tired, so more mellow at the moment. I'm not tired. I'm trying to be quiet because Oliver's in bed. But I have been quite tired recently compared to normal. I have had a bout of being quite tired. Wow, really? Beacon? I'm literally right here, mate. Thank you. But no, today's not a tired day. I'm alright. The boss says, Dear Lord, don't prompt him with the water diamonds. What? Water diamonds? Oh, no, shh, don't mention the underwater diamonds. Don't do it. No, we've exhausted that one. We've exhausted that one. We came to the conclusion that there was 2 different ways of reading reading the post put out by the old Minecraft developer, and I immediately took the negative aspect of it because I'm frightened they're going to break Minecraft and make it difficult. And whereas Thomas to Space saw the positive in it, so a conversation was had. We realised there was different ways of looking at it, and therefore we're all good. Right, we've run out of stuff that side. We're going to have to go the other side now. VOD, video demand, says the Beard Boss. Me trying to understand what VOD means to fit in, says Viziani Boy. It is the video after the stream. So basically, once I finish streaming, you can watch it back, and you can either watch it through Twitch for 14 days, or I upload them to my second channel, my Foxy 2 channel, the same channel I'm doing my, oh no, he's going to start talking about Stardew Valley again, that I upload my Stardew Valley playthrough to, and you can watch it on there. It's referred to in the trade as a VOD, as pointed out, a video on demand, because you can watch it on demand. It technically means anything you watch on Netflix is technically a VOD as well, but I don't think that's what they call them. Or, Amazon Prime or Disney Plus. Speaking of Disney Plus, I got a whole whammy of new content today. They loaded it up and it's like, boom, you got Star, mate. And you've got to be over 18, and so you need to give us even more email addresses and all your personal details just to make sure that you are actually 18. But if even though you've said that you are and you've filled in these details and you've given us extra credit card information and your access to your savings account and put us in your will to have your, all of your stuff when you're dead, you're still going to have to put a PIN number in every time you open this program to make sure that your kids don't accidentally watch this stuff on your profile, even though you've got a profile set up for your children, and they're not, they're your kids, so you shouldn't be using the TV without you. We're still going to limit the fact that you're not allowed to watch it unless you put in all of these details every single time. I'm like, thanks Disney Plus, appreciate it, bruh. But no, it's really nice actually that Disney are taking a stand to make sure that kids can't access this 18, I guess 15 plus content. Before this, there was no content on Disney Plus that was rated over a 15, I don't think. And now there's loads. So it's nice that they are protecting children in that way. I like it. But it was annoying. It's annoying having to put a PIN number in to access my profile every time I want to watch anything on Disney Plus. Ah, where'd my iron go? Will you stream Stardew, says Pendant Sport? Possibly. I would like to, but I quite like the format that I've got at the moment in doing basically one video spans 2 in-game days, and that's sort of the right length of video. I think streaming it would throw that off a little bit, but I would like to in the future. But as discussed in previous live streams, if I start streaming Stardew Valley, then I'm not going to get very many people watching my live streams, because people generally tend to watch because I'm playing Minecraft, and that's what they know from me. Like if I do a different type of stream other than Truly Bedrock, I don't get as many people watching, and that's generally not that important to me. I'm not actually that bothered about numbers in that sense, but it is kind of at the minute. Oh, jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gifted subs. Thank you.
Epicurean Pui has just given out 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, Jack's dad, Colton, Captain Swelton, Fibro Wolf, Traz. If you're one of those people, please give a big thank you to that person. Amazing, thank you so much. That's really, really lovely of you. But yeah, numbers are important at the moment, only because I'm very much trying to hit the next level of affiliation with Twitch, and that's becoming a Twitch partner. So I've hit all the numbers that I need to, but I need to keep those numbers going for as long as possible, because once you've hit the numbers, like if you become an affiliate, which is like if you've been streaming a while and you're getting reasonable numbers, then you can become an affiliate, which is when you can start getting like subscriptions and cheers and bits and that sort of stuff in your streams, which is great. And that's relatively easy to get, and as soon as you're at that level, you're guaranteed to get that. They just you press yes, I want this, sign a contract, and then that's that turned on. When it's partner, it's not guaranteed. You've got to meet the requirements, then apply, but then you've got to be consistent after having applied until you're accepted effectively, and they might not necessarily accept you straight away. You've also got to tell them all about you and your channel and the stuff around your channel and your community. You've got to fill in it's not even a questionnaire. They basically make you write a personal statement about you and your channel and everything like that. So at the moment, it's really important that we keep our numbers up as much as possible, so that we can try and get this next level, which could take 2 weeks, take 10 weeks, could take 6 months, could take a year. You have no idea how long it will take. And then once that's done, once we've hit that level and we've got that accepted, then it really won't matter again at that point what we stream, because we'll have had that sorted out and signed off. So as much as at that point I would obviously like to keep up with the level we're at, it won't be as crucial. Whereas right now, if we had a stream and only half the people turned up, my average viewer numbers would go right down, and Twitch would be like, no mate, no partner for you, and I'd have to start again. And it was hard work getting those numbers up, Okay, Leo Gaming. SMP has nothing to do with Dream SMP. SMP means survival multiplayer, and there are millions of SMPs in the world, So you're asking, am I part of Dream SMP? And if I'm not, why am I putting SMP in my stream title? Because this is an SMP. I am on the Truly Bedrock SMP. There are many, many, many SMPs in the world. No, I'm not part of the Dream SMP. Copy. Leo Gaming, oh dear. Seems like you're a total moron. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're like me. Total moron. We can be morons together. Wow. I don't understand this, so I'm going to assume you're being bad and just trying to copy people rather than trying to understand what it is. Yes, good idea. Good idea. That'll get you far in life. Even though 2 people in the chat have explained it to you, you're still going to shove the fact that we're trying to copy Dream SMP. We've been around longer than Dream SMP, by the way. Many, many longer. So technically they're copying us. If they're using SMP, I want to know about it because they're copying us. Copycats. I love stuff like that. It's so lovely when someone will come along and they see something and thinks they immediately like that person's doing something wrong, so I'm going to call them out for it, and then they and then it does, yeah, it all goes wrong for them, bless them. The thing is, I can relate. I do that so often myself. So many times put my foot in my mouth because I haven't thought things through, basically. Hey, lava, can you swim in llama? No, you said that wrong way round. Swim. Oh dear. Llama cannot swim in lava. They did that on SMP. They did it. You're copying them. Yeah. I'm sure Stampy Longnose has done it as well. I'm copying him as well, mate. Playing Minecraft. Stampy Longnose plays Minecraft. You're copying him. Yep. Jim says you copied Hermitcraft because you went mining. Yeah, I know. I actually put Minecraft in my stream title, so I'm copying them. Yep, 100%. Rotated Alpha says it's not like there's a global repository of knowledge you could use to look up what SMP means. No. Mike on Switch says Silent has a better way to beacon mine. Impossible. There's no better way. There is no better way. This is the future, my friend. Animal cruelty, Foxy says Beard Boss. Yes. In Minecraft, 100%. Absolutely 100%. In real life, absolutely not. No. Although I'm not a vegetarian, I do eat meat. I could never ever hurt an animal. I can't do it. Well, I can't do it like I'm trying. But like I couldn't go shooting and shoot a bird or like kill a rabbit for food or anything like that. There's no way I could do it. Which makes me a bit of a hypocrite, I know, because I eat meat, but someone else is dealing with that. Someone else is dealing with that. I'm not dealing with it. I couldn't do that. No way. Not in a million years. Oh dear. Streamlabs falling out with you now, Leo Gaming. No need to shout, we hear you, it says. Oh no, we've run out of beacon in this direction as well. Maybe Silent Whisper does do it better. Oh jeez. I'm never going to beat Silent at anything. I'm just so rubbish. It's okay to take your rage out on the pixels, says the Beard Boss. Exactly, they're not real. It's just a game, mate. That's why that message, when you load up Minecraft, it says, "Don't kill dolphins, you monster." It really infuriates me. It really does make my skin crawl every time I see it. It genuinely does, makes me angry. Because you're getting judged by the developer of a game for getting rid of an entity that they've made intentionally annoying. You know, I don't think it's fair at all. I think it's awful that they put that in there. I know it's supposed to be a joke, but I don't know, I find it really, I take it personally. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. I mean, don't take it personally then, I can't help it. I just do, mate. Many cobblestones was made in today's video. Where's me, wibbly wobbly one? There it is. Wibbly wobbly one, yep. You lost the plot, you have. I never had it in the first place, mate. Right. Peeps, we're getting there. We're nearly at the end. Made a slime dance party, though. It was cool, says Panthosaurus. I'm lost. Rahel says, SMP says, social mining patrol. Ruff says, at the start of your first Bedrock Realm series, you felt terribly guilty for killing cows for food. Yeah, I've gotten over it, Ruff. Pickle says, Leo Gaming, just take a break. He can't. He's angry. He needs to sort this out. Michael Switch says, Leo Gaming, you're going to get banned if you can't follow the rules. Oh, jeez. JCB says, stop using caps. If you want to talk to Foxy, just type normally. Foxy, who the best Minecraft player in the world to you? Me. The Beard Boss says, I wish we could ride dolphins. That would be good. Yeah, if you put a saddle on them. Or just like hold on to their fins, that would be nice. Blue Cat Eye says, that message irks me as well. Yeoman Gamer says, you can die to a dolphin in Minecraft. Sergio says, who's the best Minecraft player? Everyone who has any fun in it. Fibro Wolf says, you can always make a resource pack over writes those with your own messages. Yes, you can, yes. But I never do. Smoke and Dragon says, how do you die by a dolphin? They hurt you if you hurt them by accident, which you always do because they swim in front of your face. McKay says, do you guys know if there's a way to sort single items? You mean unstackable items? I don't know. JSB says, hi, I would put money on Foxy saying himself, yeah. Well, it's such a ridiculous question. It's such a ridiculous question. Who's the best Minecrafter? Well, it's just ridiculous. How can you have a best Minecrafter? I mean, you could have a favourite Minecrafter, but you know me, I don't have favourites anyway, but you can't have a best Minecrafter. It's not possible. There's no one in the world is the best Minecrafter because everyone has their different strengths. Someone might be the best at doing one thing, but not the best at something else. There's no best Minecrafter. I know what their answers are. Dream is the best Minecrafter. Well, no, I don't agree with you, mate. Sorry. Never even watched him. Never seen anything of him, so he can't be. Because the best Minecrafter to me has to have been somebody that I've seen. Can't be somebody I haven't seen, because you're asking my opinion, right? Or are you asking me to give you the correct answer of your opinion? Michael Switch's Mitz has had enough. Oh no, we didn't ban him, did we, Mitz? Oh, what did he say? I was looking forward to... Text me what he said, because I wanted to know what he said. I've been goading him for ages, and I wanted to see what it was. Also, hey Mitz, you've been quiet. Empathosaurus says, from my understanding... No, you just haven't read my messages as usual. Oh, shut up. From my understanding, you can't separate unstackable from other unstackables since they all send a 3 signal. You need to turn off the torch. It's very difficult. Okay, says, well, one with the chest I know about. Oh, geez, I'm lost. Roth says, I'm the best Minecrafter. If you like Yellow Sheep. Jesse B says, yeah, I was going to get him in a sec. Oh, I wanted to see what he said. You'll have to do... Oh, everyone talking about sorting items. Tell me, Mitz. I'm waiting. I'm seeing you. Mitz is typing in Discord. I'm ready. You know, I likes me a bit of drama. It gets the old ticker going. Keeps me alive. It does. You stole my drama. Took it away from me. Foxy Gaming said you were the worst streamer. Good. Excellent. You can't say that, Blue Cat Eyes. You can't say that. That's swearing, mate. Please, retype. McKay there with 100 bits. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. He said Foxy's the worst streamer. I had enough by then. Oh, is that all he did? Oh, man. You meanie. But I am the worst streamer. It's true. It's a true story. You blocked somebody for telling the truth. They had an opinion. You can't block people for having an opinion. Empathosaurus Rex is like locking the flow next to the brewing stand so potions... Oh, don't stop. Jesse B, you can't add... No, you mustn't add that one that when Blue Cat Eyes wrote. That's a really bad word. You've added block term to a really bad word, Jesse. Is that all? You're nicer than me. I'd have banned him ages ago, says Jesse. Mitz, you need to fix Jesse's major boo-boo. We have very bad word allowed in chat now. The whole drama sniper says Broken Halo, yes. Well, when it's... I mean, they weren't actually doing anything that bad, were they? They weren't saying... They weren't swearing. They weren't really breaking the rules. They were just expressing... They were quite clearly a big fan of somebody else, and they were going around other people's streams that were daring to stream Minecraft as well, and making sure that they knew that they weren't the best because the person they thought was the best, which is perfectly fine. They had their opinion. They needed to get it out there. They felt it was their duty to support and protect their favourite streamer. I think that's relatively honourable if you think about it in a sort of strange way. But, you know, obviously not acceptable. You can't go around doing that and get away with it. But I wasn't going to ban them. I thought it was fine. But I'm happy that you have. It's not. I'm not like, oh, unban them. It's fine. You're right. It's the right thing to do. But they had the best intentions. They weren't out to just, you know, upset people. I don't think. Maybe they were. Who knows? They just got their little wires crossed. Oh, you called them little. You're trying to belittle them in front of everybody. Yes, make myself look better, you see. It's what I do. Put people down in order to lift myself up. We have many, too many's. Too many in here. Just too many. Why have we got one name tag? One name tag? That doesn't even make sense. Putting it back in. Next time I'll open that. Why have I got one name tag? It doesn't even make sense. And then I'll be reminded that I'm a moron. Which I don't need reminding of because I know. I know I'm a moron. This is fine. No. No room for slime. No room for slime. Mike says they wanted everyone to know that SMP was a term used only by Dream or whatever that is. Yes, indeed. Pro Ninja says, are we able to join? Sadly not. Sorry, that person senses angered me. Phew, says Blue Cat Eyes. Yes. You can't say that, though. You can't say it. It's very naughty. Now, what are we gonna do with these slime blocks? Oh, let's... Ooh, there's an idea. Let's chuck a load of that in there. Right, there we go. Take those out. Nice. We can put the beacons in our jaw box. We're getting organised here. Doing a good job. Oh, look, 13 beacons. That's not unlucky at all. Not unlucky. Boom. Big explosion. Oops. That would have happened if it was Big Chicken. That would have done. Oh, look, I've got 13 beacons. Oops. Jack came up with a really good idea. I don't want to spoil it though, but I kind of want to. I want to tell you, but I can't because it's so funny. I want to do it. I really want to do it. You got to tell us now. No, I'm not going to. No, I've said enough. But it was hilarious. I'm going to do it. What? I can't tell you. It's a secret, mate. OMG, are you going to Google that and it's going to ruin all the fun? Says Broken Hair. What? Herding Cat says, who were the content creators that inspired you or were the ones that you enjoyed watching back when you started playing? Well, oh, hang on a minute. Jesse, before I go into that, Jesse B saying it's not honourable to put someone down because they aren't a part of a group you like. It bugs me too, Blue. Ah! No, I know. But you know what I'm saying. They thought they were standing by their person. They thought they were doing the right thing. I mean, it was completely the wrong thing, but they thought they were doing the right thing. They had good intentions. They just went about it the wrong way. Right, so who was my inspiration? Oh. Hands up in the chat if you've heard my origin story a million times already, but I'm happy to go through it again. Give me a smiley face in the chat if you want me to hear it. If you want to hear it again, give me a hand up in the chat if you've already heard it. Jape says, is it okay to put someone down if they're a part of a group you like? Oof. We've got many hands up. Not many smiley faces. I can't remember which way around it is. Hands up was have heard it before. Smiley faces was want to hear it again, right? Okay. We've got enough smiley faces there for me to tell it. I'll go as briefly as I can because it does go on a bit. Basically, my entire YouTubeness started as a way for me to Mitz, why haven't we got this as a as a stream command? As a way for me to basically keep in regular contact with my son Jack when he was little. He was really into watching Stampy Longnose on YouTube, and he actually got me into watching it. He would come to me at the weekends. He'd come every other weekend, and I'd see him. But I just wanted to be closer to him, you know. And I had all of the means I needed.
You're going on a bit, FoxyNoTail. Maybe
thanks.
change the subject.
Nope. Going through it now. So I had the means in order to be able to do that. I had the means in order to be able to record video and play Minecraft, and I used to play Minecraft a bit anyway. And I was known for doing silly voices. We've all done stuff like that in the family anyway. So I thought, you know what, it would be a really nice thing for me to do in order to bond with my son who can't live with me, is make videos on YouTube so that he can watch them when I'm not there, like when he's at his mum's house or whatnot. So I started making them, and I never expected for a second that anybody would ever find them, or at least find them particularly interesting to watch. And all of a sudden, before you knew it, there was people commenting, and I was getting subscribers, and it sort of all spiraled out of control, really. So it took a long time. I mean, I've had a channel since 2015, so I've been going 7 years, but I never tried to push it. It was never, oh yes, I expect to be, this thing to be my job at some point. It was always just having a bit of fun playing Minecraft and making videos that my kids would like. So, but now I guess it's more professional than that, because it is my job, but it was never my intent to. Which is why I've never cared about subscriber numbers, never cared about viewer numbers, never cared about any numbers really, as long as the people that watch are having a good time, and my kids are mainly. So, Oliver still really likes it. He hates time lapses though. Keeps telling me, stop doing time lapses, Dad. I don't want time lapses in your videos. So he's going off. He's more watching other people now because he doesn't like my time lapses. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, he's just sat and watched through like a couple of my Stardew Valley episodes today. So he's still keen. Whereas Jack will occasionally watch one of my videos, and I think he still semi enjoys it. He popped into the live stream the other day, so yeah, it's nice. Are you going to do a multi-idea sorter for your castle? A multi-idea sorter? What's a multi-idea sorter? Pod needs making for your beginnings, says Pendant Sport. I don't think there's enough to go on, really, to make a whole podcast out of it. JCB, no capes. For some reason, instead of Googling moron, I Googled Morenta. Interesting. You're going to Google moron and it's going to ruin all the fun, says Broken Halo. I'm gonna Google it now. Hang on. A stupid person. There we go. It literally is the perfect description. Moron, noun, informal, a stupid person. An example of use is, if we can't get these thoughtless morons, we can't let these thoughtless morons get away with mindless vandalism every weekend. It's perfect. It literally is the perfect. It's not a bad word at all. It's perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Multi-idea sorter. Now that sounds handy, says Blue Cat Eyes. Another Shawnee says, well, as someone who doesn't fit the usual gamer demographic, female of age 48, mother of grown people, I'm so glad you started making video. You're one of my favourites. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. All right, before we disappear, because it is time, unfortunately, I would like another quick rounds of hands up in the chats. If you're new, if you've only seen a couple of videos or a couple of live streams, or if you're new today, pop a hand up in the chat. It'd be nice to say hello to some newbies. I'll read your names out. Blue Cat Eye says, might keep my brain more organised. Yes. Anybody having problems with haste beacons? Don't use unbreaking on your tools and they'll work perfectly. Empathosaurus Rex says, here you go, bud, and get a sneak peek at the upcoming video. What? I don't know. That foxy face with the helmet is just the cutest, Blue Cat Eyes. Gamer Champ 67 with the hand up there. Heading Cat says, that's lovely. I play because my daughter got me into it, and now her brothers both love it too. Almost 6 and 3. 3-year-old always says, bye, Foxy, to you at the end. Oh, your vids, by the way. That's amazing. Fizzy Andy Boy says, just watch the definition more and come up with a picture of Foxy. Fibber Wolf, I'm new. JCB, I'm new. I don't think you are. Japes there, not new. Saphira, Toblerone, 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 3, 2, 6, 8. And Pirate Danny, Broken Halo. Scylla Jewel, yeah, I'm new too. Third stream for me, Jelana. You're not new either. Sneaky. Send your kid that doesn't want time lapses to the unedited footage. Yes, I know, right? And I say to him, do you really want to sit there and watch me build like placing this for 6 hours? I'm not talking. I'm just playing Minecraft. I just don't like time lapses. Okay, first time here, says Jelana. Great stream, bro. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Amazing. Asman, I've been watching for 3 months. He says, wait, if you don't have Unbreaking, it will work. Yep, Unbreaking is what causes the block lag. Fizzy Annie Boy says, not new. Lofty with a hand up. You're not new, Lofty. Jeez. Avoided Law said, not new, but wanted more musicals. More musicals will be coming soon. I have time next week to be recording, and I will be doing my next one. The credits, you might notice, are scrolling now on the screen, which means it is nearly time to end today's live stream. Sad news. I'm new, can I join? What's the IP? Is this Java, says Mitz? No. No, go join Dream SMP. They're recruiting. Right. If your name is scrolling on the chat at the moment, if you could see your name, then an extra big thank you for your very, 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 very thoughtful and appreciated support. If your name is not scrolling on the stream, don't worry about it, because I appreciate you too. Zloyraid, says Mike on Switch. The only problem with Zloyraid, Mike, is that you don't always get particularly family-friendly stuff. He is on Truly Bedrock, though, so it should be family-friendly. He is in my channel. Oh, we got Zloy or Bruno? Let's go to Zloy. We haven't raided Zloy in a while. It's fine. I see my name. Where am I? Says JCB. I followed like a week ago, says James Chap 67. I remember. Right, peeps. It is that time. I'm going to hit the follow button. No, not the bottom follow button. I hit the raid button. Let's start a raid. We'll go into Zloy. Say hello to him for me. I am going to go sneak upstairs and make sure Oliver's asleep. And then I'm going to get an early night. So have a wonderful time. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye. Bye, Foxy. You don't have to say it for yourself now. They're waving to you in the chat. Just go.